All right, hello, welcome to the second channel, the extras channel. Let's talk about Blue Box. Now, here's a little new thing about me is I have been watching anime a lot more recently. I started watching it recently. I've been reading manga as anime. Cool, big shocker. I know, applause. You know, I finally joined the hype, but I've been watching a lot of animes, like I said, and I thought to myself, like, finally, why not finally talk about them? I enjoy talking about things. I love talking about things that I like. And I was like, okay, let's make a video on this, because I just finished an anime called Blue Box. It's on Netflix if you want to go watch it, and I have opinions. So let's just get started. So I'm sorry if I get names wrong. I always get names wrong. I always fumble in that area. I literally have like 4 Google Translate tabs open just to get names because I suck with them. And I'm not gonna name every character. I'm not gonna sit here and explain the entire show, like from plot to plot. I'll explain some plots. So there is gonna be spoilers, by the way. So if you don't want spoilers, go click off this video. Thank you. But I'm not gonna be going plot to plot. Go watch the show yourself. It's on Netflix. It's a good watch. It's 25 episodes. You could pirate it. I don't care. Honestly, like, watch it however you want to watch. Most people pirate anime anyway, so it's fine. I don't care. If I was to recommend to watch it somewhere, obviously go watch it on Netflix because then that supports the creators, and I love supporting creators. But if you're a broke bitch like I am, and you can't afford Crunchyroll or Netflix, just go pirate it, honestly. But when you can in the future, watch it on the respected streaming site because it does help. Even though Netflix gets most of the money from their streams, it does somewhat help the creators, and it's nice. Ugh, that was bad. That somewhat helps the creators and stuff like that, you know. This video is going to be just gameplay, by the way, so you can sit and chat and relax and put it in the background. I might have images up. I probably won't, honestly. It's my first time doing one of these types of videos. So if you want me to do more and put a little bit more effort into them, I will. But let's talk about Blue Box. I have opinions about this show from watching it from start to finish in one go, and it has to be super mixed. Now, I like usually after I'm done watching an anime, I'll go like wiki. I'll do a wiki dive. I do it every time. I love diving through wikis after I'm done watching or playing a game, and my conclusion to the show was a lot different before I saw the ending and before I started doing a little bit more research. And there's going to be a season 2, which I'm happy about, and that makes the ending, at least my opinions for the show, a lot different than what I originally was thinking about the show. Right? If they didn't put it in a cliffhanger, and obviously it was like, if it wasn't going to get a season 2, and it still had that cliffhanger, I would have had a lot of opinions about it that were very hateful. But now that I've realized that it's gonna have a season 2 and that cliffhanger is pretty average for animes, like My Dress Up Darling did a very similar kind of cliffhanger, which was like the end was so lackluster is what I'm trying to say. Basically the end of Blue Box felt so lackluster to me, and that's why I was about to come on to this video and be like, oh, I fucking hate the ending of it. And I do not like the ending of season 1, but knowing there is gonna be a season 2, I'm more happy with it. And there's just some stuff that the show did that I really didn't like. And seeing it from this perspective of the main character, let me find his name. Hold up. Taiki. Seeing it from Taiki's perspective, I could tell that why he went with the person he went with. But honestly, it just confuzzles me. Because I've watched so many animes, and some of the ones I've watched where the love interest just doesn't. The love interest I want to win never wins, and it's always sad to me because I'm like, oh my god, this character is so much better for you. But no, like some shows I watched My Teenager Rom-Com, and I can't remember the pink girl's name, but main character and obviously main character girl hook up, and I was like, looking back at it now, I see why that like shipped worked. I was kind of rooting for pink hair girl and main character. That's what I was rooting for. But looking back at it now, it makes more sense why main character hooked up with main character girl. By the way, if in any other future animes I talk about, I mention them by main character girl or main character. That's just what I'm gonna do because I don't remember names. I suck at English names and remembering those. I'm gonna suck at Japanese names. But like for this video, I got a bunch of fucking Google Translate to pop up to say their names right. So I think no, not Taiki. So for me, I was rooting for Taiki and Hina the entire time. If you watch the show, you're here. Go watch it. By the way, if you haven't still watched it, but I was rooting for Taiki and Hina. I was rooting for that, honestly. At the beginning of the show, I was rooting for Taiki and Chin. I'm gonna call her Chin, by the way, because it's shorter. At the beginning of the show, I was kind of rooting for that because I saw Hina as the best friend character, and I was like, okay, I see it. All right, best friend character, blah blah blah, But as the show progressed, and Hina opened up more throughout the show, I was rooting for Hina and Taiki so much more towards the end because all I saw Chai as is just a friend. Genuinely, I didn't see much trying to do anything. Because one thing I hate with anime characters, like the main protagonist and the love interest, I hate it when the love interest just doesn't try. Like, at all. Like, they have feelings for the main character, but they just don't try. At all. I hate it. I hate it so much. And that's what Chi felt like to me. She felt like she just had she didn't try. Like, obviously, yeah, she had feelings for Taiki. Hold up. Yeah, Taiki, I'm saying it right. Had feelings for Taiki, but she didn't try at all. And Hina tried throughout the entire, not through the entire series, but towards the end of the show, she tried so hard. And that's why I wanted Hina to win. I wanted Hina to win because she tried so hard. But, spoilers, she ends up getting rejected at the end of the show, which was just so mind-boggling to me. Because usually I don't root for childhood friends. I don't. But this time, it just felt right. Because she tried so hard and these two had a connection. And Chai just wasn't trying. At all. Wasn't trying. And it just felt to me that she just wasn't trying. So that's why I justified Hina and Taiki's relationship. Because she just wasn't trying. She didn't do anything. It felt like the moments they had were special. Yes, but that's all they were. They were moments. That's it. With Hina and Taiki, they felt like something was bonding, even though Taiki was rejecting her over and over and over and was constantly trying to go for Chi. But I don't know, it just hurts to see it from that one side because she tried so hard and that's how getting rejected. Now, I'm hoping. Now, I didn't read the manga. I probably won't read the manga, honestly. But I don't know if in the manga it's a little different. I'm going off the anime standards. So if you want to correct me in the comments, I would love you to. But I just feel like, I hope in season 2, some switch just triggers in Taiki's brain. Taiki's brain. I hope something just clicks and he realizes that Hina is the one for him. Because she tries so hard. And I love it when the characters try. and try. It just... Chai just felt like a friend throughout the entire series, not a love interest. She didn't show, like, obviously to us she showed feelings, but to him, she didn't even flirt with him, didn't even do anything. And I know that's not her type, and she's focused on basketball and stuff like that, but it's just, there was no effort. With a relationship, it goes both ways, right? You have to try both ways. And yes, I know with Hina and Taiki, it was one way. It was one way. But you could see the hesitation in Taiki and him generally thinking about it. And it's just this blind love that he had. He generally just couldn't see the girl in front of him. Because the one that was for him, generally to me, is Hina. Maybe that is just a biased, and it's just I'm stupid, but I don't care. To me, I have very strong opinions about this stuff. Obviously, it's not because I'm making a whole ranting video here about the show, but it just felt so stupid to me that he chose this girl that he barely knows, by the way. Right? Yeah, he does know Chai, right? He knows her, but not as well as Hina. Not as well. And it, like, one of the characters, I think his name is Koi, I think. Kyo is kind of like the friend of, like the best friend of, Taiki. And I feel like some of the shit he said was pretty valid. Towards the end of the show, he was like, oh, they're better off as just friends than in a relationship, which is pretty based and pretty honest, honestly. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. They fit as friends because that's what they bicker and stuff like that, like friends do. But it hurts. It hurts so much. I was genuinely getting pissed off at main character, like, so much. I was getting so mad at Taiki the entire time. I was like, bro, you have an opportunity here. A girl is throwing herself at you, and you're just ignoring it for some girl that you met that, like, tries really hard in basketball. Like, that's, like, the only reason why you fell for her is because she really tried in basketball, and you can admire that, which I guess is a thing. It's like, there's this one line that I forgot. It's Karen's sister. That Karen's sister said, it's like, try to remember the line exactly, but it was in something like, does this girl that you like mean more to you than Hina? And I was like, that is fucking based. And I genuinely thought that was gonna sit in bro's noggin, but he was just pretty persistent throughout the entire show. We should probably talk about something else besides this relationship triangle thing that I disliked. Honestly, some of the characters, like the side characters, were good. I liked the rivalry between oh no, let me go dig through the wiki real quick. I really liked the rivalry between, I think it's Kenjo. I'm horribly probably not pronouncing that right, but Kengo. Like, the rivalry between Kengo and Taiki was awesome. I loved that rivalry. It felt like he was like a bigger brother and like you said, a senpai, or like this person that was teaching him the stuff. And it felt it was really cool, honestly, that relationship between them. It was a rivalry of a guy trying, like, he was always pushing on him for him to do the best. And I really liked that relationship. I thought that was really nice. I think Batman's a lot cooler now, honestly. Like, there was a couple times where I was like, that'd be kind of fun to play. But, like, I suck at sports. And, the anime, genuinely, overall, as all those complaints I had, it was good. Animation quality. Some of the 3D shots looked a bit funky, but that's just with everything. Like, mixing 2D with 3D can always look funky. The story, it felt really long. It was a really long watch. 25 episodes for the season. I'm used to like 12 episodes for like an anime. Like, my favorite show is The Walking Dead. Like, I'm not like scared or not known to long 20 episode series. Like, The Walking Dead has, like, each episode's an hour long. And, like, there's 20 episodes in a season. I'm not shy from that. That's my favorite show of all time. And maybe someday I'll go on a big old rant about The Walking Dead. But, it's just, I wasn't used to it, and it felt like it dragged so hard throughout the entire series, these relationships. And I know about these animes, like, they have to drag the relationships until the end, because, like, I kept thinking to myself, like, oh, I wish there was more to these animes that I watched, like, to see a little bit more after it. But then it gets to the point, there's no conflict. There's nothing after they start dating. It's like these, like, love interest rivals, right? there's nothing after it, right? Like let's do Masachika and Alia as an example, right? One of my not my favorite anime anymore because science fell in love, so I tried to prove it, took that over. But let's take Masachika and Alia as an example. It's like after they start dating and whatever, right? What do you do after that? Like after the student council stuff is finished, right? What do you do after? After they're done dating, that quest line is finished because I assume they're gonna date. It's pretty obvious. I'm not reading the light novel, by the way. I read the manga. I do not like Alia's manga, but that's a story for another day. But like it's obvious that Masachika and Alia are gonna get together, and then after that, and then after the student council stuff, what's next? Genuinely, what's next? What do you do with the series? Like I love slice of life stuff as too, right? It's nice. Like, I guess you could have enjoyment of just seeing their everyday lives after high school. But then what? There's no more story to tell. There's no more conflict. There's no more anything. There's no tension. There's no nothing. So I get why these animes have to stretch the stories out so much and like have the end kiss or the end reveal relationship thing at the end. Like the very end. Right? And I get that. But I just wish they could figure out ways, maybe it's asking too much, to figure out ways to have the relationships work but still have tension and conflict in the show. Like My Dress Up Darling is kind of, it can do that. It did that. Like I'm purchasing the manga right now as we speak and reading it. I've already watched the entire show. I already know how that manga ends. Spoilers, by the way, for My Dress Up Darling, because I'm going to spoil it. It's like after they start dating, there's a little bit of content after that, which made people pretty pissed off that there wasn't any more content after that. And it's like, yeah, that makes me a bit mad too. But like with My Dress Up Darling is it has content for you, like the cosplays, right? They can keep doing cosplays and they can get more interesting because they're dating now and blah blah blah, right? That makes sense for that series to be able to still continue after they're dating. But shows like Blue Box wouldn't survive without the tension between if they're dating or not, in my opinion. Like if we got a post-date show or stuff like that, it wouldn't be as good as the first series because a show like this just couldn't survive like that. But I've been yapping for 17 minutes. That's my full opinion on Blue Box. It's a great show. I give it an 8 out of 10, maybe an 8.5. I have a rating for a bunch of animes, by the way. I'll list them off real quickly at the end of this video. At the very end of the video, I'll list off all my ratings for all the animes I've watched. But that's my full opinion on it. If you guys have any, like, if you want to debate a little bit in the comment section, I'll debate. I love debating. So if you want to, what do you think of my opinions of the show? I want to know your opinions of the show, Blue Box 2. And if you haven't watched Blue Box, by the way, I don't know why you watched this far, because I spoiled the entire thing. But if you don't care, go watch it. It's great. It's on Netflix. But I would love to hear your opinions of Blue Box too. And yeah. Anyway, since now it's the end of the video, I'm gonna list off all the other animes I've watched because this is my first thing I've done like this. So I've watched More Than a Married Couple, but Not Lovers. I rated that an 8 out of 10. Alia, Hides Her Feelings in Russian. I rated that a 9 out of 10. Shikimori is Not Just a Cutie. 8 out of 10. My Dress Up Darling. 9 out of 10. Can't wait for season 2, by the way. Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl, Senpai. 9. That's like my second favorite anime of all time, by the way. I love that series because I love like all the sci-fi and supernatural stuff. It's so cool. And then I watched the 2 movies. Rascal Does Not Dream of a Sister Venturing Out. 8 out of 10. Rascal Does Not Dream of a Kidnapped Kid. 8 out of 10. By the way, can't wait for that new show to come out or movie. I don't remember what it was. So hyped for that. I couldn't watch the Rascal Does Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl because it's not in English. I watched Horimori. I don't know how to say that right, but Hiramori, whatever. I rated that an 8 out of 10, and I rated season 2 a 9 out of 10. Some 9 out of 10. Dreaming Boy is a Realist. That's generally the worst anime I've ever watched. It's not the worst thing. It's just so average and boring to me, honestly. 7 out of 10. I cannot Masam. Hold up. Let me go to Google Translate. Masamune's Revenge. I rated season 1 an 8.5 out of 10, season 2 a 9 out of 10, and 9 out of 10, and then The Sum was a 9.5. Good anime. My team, romantic like rom-com, or I think comedy. I rated season 1 a 9.5, season 2 a 9.5, and season 3 a 9, and a sum of 9.5. Science fell in love, so I tried to prove it. Season 1, 10 out of 10. Season 2, 10 out of 10. Sum, 10 out of 10. Best anime I've watched, by the way. Gamers, 9 out of 10. That was an alright show. But that's my whole ratings. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would love more content like this, just tell me below, and I'll make more yap content about things I like. Anyway, make sure to do all the YouTube bullshit, and I'll see you guys later in another video of me ranting about animes. Peace.